Last year, I kind of stopped making videos on YouTube. I got so caught up in making everything perfect that it became impossible to be happy with anything. Over the next 25 days, we're going back to the basics, behind the scenes GoPro travel videos. We'll be traveling from Japan to Hawaii to LA, Vegas, Miami, Bahamas, and Havana, all to create a new show for the Nikon Z series. The official show will be out in March, but join us here every day to see what we get up to. Don't forget to turn the bell on. And we're back here at the Triple Crown of Sports. First up, we have ping pong. Timothy Musa up to serve. All right, in the trifecta of sports, I have won the first game. Next up on the Triple Crown of Sports, we have Golf Simulator.
It's important to note that I golf once a year for family tournaments, and this past year, in 2019, I was sick. Adorable. That's not great.
And Tim is out of bounds. That's rough. Timothy Musa up. 25 yards. He's on the green. Here we are moving into the last of the Triple Crown of Sports, darts. The winner of 701 becomes champion of the Triple Crown of Japanese sports here.
Let's begin.
It's good form Tim. Ooh, triple 20. There it is. Boom. Lucky 13 to go. Lucky number 13. Here we go. It's not it, but I'm not over.
Game 3.
Here we are. The photos they've selected for us. Tim is in grayscale because he didn't win.
Here's our scatter plot showing where we hit most of the time. Actually, every time.
The rest of the group today is headed off to Kyoto, which is a very beautiful city. Unfortunately, I have some meetings and some shoots to do here. Usually, very beautiful view. Today, it's just fog. The Park Hyatt Tokyo is the hotel that's in the film Lost in Translation, and the film Lost in Translation is the reason I came to Japan for the first time. That I really love that film and the way that it's paced and the way the visuals all come together with the music and everything. So I started thinking pretty seriously about coming here for the first time after watching that film. So it only makes sense that I stay here at the place that the entire movie was filmed over the course of, I think, a couple of months, that they kind of almost did a hotel buyout and just filmed everything pretty much within the walls of this hotel here. So for me personally, it's cool to be here and to be a little part of cinema history. And hopefully it clears up so we can get some nice views and do some photography out that side. But today, it's a little foggy. Another thing that's very important, and if you saw the photography tutorial, landscape travel photography tutorial, you've probably already seen this, but motion activated. And over here, this building is the rooftop pool. Also, my room has this plant in it. Now we're gonna go up to the pool, and it is my favorite pool of any pool that I've ever met. This is an actual bathtub that Bill Murray bathed in for the film. I'm not sure which corner, but he was in one of these corners, and Bill Murray has been in this pool. Welcome to this week on That's So Pinterest. That's a show that I just made up right now. We're gonna take a photo in the style of Pinterest. What you need first is this glass. What you need next is water droplets on that glass because it's been raining. And then 3, what you need is shallow depth of field and focus on the raindrops and not focused on the city behind it. So right now, as you can see, the entire city is actually in focus, and that's not what you want. You want just the water droplets on focus. So I'm going to go into manual focus mode, and I'm going to focus on the droplets. Here we go, down to minimum focusing distance. Get nice and close to that water. I'm zooming in on my LCD to make sure the water droplets are nice and crisp. Boom. That concludes episode 1 of That's So Pinterest. We'll be back again. Never. I'm so sorry, I almost forgot the last step of That's So Pinterest, and that is adding the motivational quote to the center of the frame. Please enjoy. All right, it is actually kind of nice out right now, and I have the string table here where the hand strings, and it's also a glass table. They have one of these in every room. What I'm waiting to do is do some long exposures. I'm going to bring out the 70 to 200 and get some nice close-up traffic blur, kind of over rush hour, wait for the lights to turn and then take the photo and see how it goes. But at the very least right now, it's a very interesting kind of time where everything in the background is very hazy, very almost dark and rainy, and everything around here is very bright. So I don't really know what to do with that right now, but I'm sure as the light comes down, I'll figure something out. I will also mention that one of the nicest touches of any hotel I've ever been to is that they always refresh your ice for you. You can't really see it, but there's always fresh ice in here. Every time they come in your room to do anything, they fill up your ice bucket, and it's very nice. I appreciate it. Thank you, Park Hyatt Tokyo, and for your candies. One thing I might do right now is I might put the 7200 on and just start doing some black and whites of all of the architecture. I feel like there's a lot of interesting shadows and things going on that maybe a wide panorama it's not time for yet, but with kind of the pockets of light out here and kind of the textures, I think we could do something. Let's go grab a camera. All right, this might be a bit overkill. This is the 70 to 200 2.8 with a 1.7 times teleconverter with the FTZ adapter on it. Kind of looking ridiculous, but what is that? An equivalent 200 times 1.7, and then I can also go into DX, so 1.5 times that. I feel like I can make some good frames from that.
Frames. Does your camera make frames? Frames. Do you use natural frames? Frames.
All right, here we have the super zoom on this camera, and there's some really cool light happening over there, so I'm gonna grab a few frames of this while that light is still there. Picture control, and go to monochrome, so I can see exactly kind of what all the light's doing and what is making interesting frames.
Frames.
I will say that the shot that I saw originally, which is these buildings with kind of the curved Washington building, ended up actually working out pretty well. And I think that that's the best shot. Little cracks of light. What we have here is a tiny Manfrotto travel tripod that really will not support the weight of this. So we might have to make something out of books. There used to be books in these rooms. Here's a fun fact. If you're using the 2.7 teleconverter, that you can go down to F40. So I was confused. I usually get down to like F22 and that's like maximum, but you just keep going. I have the Ninja Star recording the screen for the Nikon show that we're working on here, and I have the 85mm lens. The Z series lens on there now. As you can see, it's a lot brighter in general. Still at that 5-second timer. And traffic is moving. 10 seconds. Here we go. That looks pretty good.